Hey, what's up everyone? Today we're going to be talking about more plane disasters. Today we're going to be talking about some runway collisions. So the first one we're going to be talking about is U.S. Air Flight 1493. U.S. Air Flight 1493 was on approach to Los Angeles International Airport, and it hit a SkyWest Airlines flight on landing, which I don't think that you're supposed to be hitting that on landing. So yeah, that happened. The 737, along with the other plane, collided with a warehouse. It also, like any other plane, would burst into flames. Fire department was called out, air traffic control was shocked, and 35 people were killed, but 66 did survive. Number 2, Tenerife Airport disaster. I probably did a video on this already, but we're going to talk about it anyway. So, on March 27th, 1977, two Boeing 747s at Los Rodeos Airport collided with each other. KLM was on takeoff, and Pan Am Flight 1736 was crossing the runway. Sadly, 583 people were killed, worst air disaster in history, and only 61 people survived. Number 2, the Lonate Airport disaster, which killed 118 people. That's when an SAS MD-87 collided on takeoff with a Cessna. The SAS flight collided with a warehouse or a hangar. I think it was a warehouse, but it collided with that, and yeah, everybody aboard both planes were killed. Then in 1990, I think it was 1990. A DC-9 collided with a 727 collided with a DC-9 on takeoff. 8 people aboard the DC-9 were killed. Then everybody aboard the 727 survived. Then in January of 1990, a 727 on landing collided with another plane on landing. That killed 1 person. Everybody aboard the 727 was fine, with a few injuries. And I think that's all the collisions, that I know of. So next we're going to talk about planes that have run out of fuel, which is kind of weird. So first one is on July 23rd, 1983, when Air Canada Flight 143 ran out of fuel midway over Canada. It was on its flight to Edmonton, but it got diverted because it lost 1 engine. And yeah, they ran out of fuel. They mostly safely landed at a abandoned dredge strip, which wasn't abandoned at the time. Only 10 people were injured minorly. Everyone survived, all 69 passengers and crew. Then, years later, in 2001, an Airbus A330 ran out of fuel midway over the Atlantic. You guys might know this one as Air Transat Flight 236, which ran out of fuel midway over the Atlantic because of a fuel leak. It safely landed in the Azores, popping 8 tires. That's all for today, guys. Have a nice day. Be yourself. Be strong. Goodbye.